favorite flavors. Of the extras, the bright green is my favorite, and this is probably my second favorite. Does extra have cinnamon? Have I ever had extra cinnamon? Is it good? I don't remember. Alright, so we are talking about last week here, and I did have a 5-star book, and it was so good. It's been on my list since before it came out, because I came across it on Goodreads giveaways, added it to my list. I didn't win the giveaway, so I had it in my, I have an Amazon like books to keep an eye on, the price of, and it was new, so I knew that it was not going to come down anytime soon, but I had it on hold at the library, and it came through, and so I paused everything I was doing, because library books, you have 2 weeks to read them, and Lady Tremaine is the book. Lady Tremaine, it is a reimagining of Cinderella, but told through the evil, she's not evil in this book, told through the stepmother's point of view, and how she's trying to protect like all her daughters, and she's like a single mother. It is back in the day, but her husbands have passed, and so she's raising her own 2 daughters, and then the husband that she married after that, he came with a daughter that's Elin, so that's like Cinderella. How she's trying to get them up and married off, but she doesn't. She's got some issues with the prince, okay? Valid issues. And it's so good. It was so good. There's so many things that I read it on my Kindle, but there's so many things that I wanted to like highlight, and I want a physical copy of that book eventually. 5 stars. And then still reading The Boy in the Black Suit by Jason Reynolds. After I finished Lady Tremaine, I got to go back to, I'm reading the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, yes, and I really enjoy it, but it's slow going for me because it is so fantasy, so different from what I typically read, that I'm just like, I'm taking my time with it, and I can take all the time I want because I did purchase it to my Kindle, and I have a physical copy of it. I just knew I would like it that much that I wanted both. And then this one, I don't even know what to say about this one. I don't know. I was almost thinking of getting rid of ratings unless I want to rate something like a 5 or a 1. But this is An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. And it's not a love story. It's not really a romance. It's something, it's kind of a tale of a lot of heartbreak, and I mean, I guess you could call it a love story. It's a love triangle for sure. It's about this is all, in the blurb, that Celestial and Roy are newlyweds, and they take a trip down south to visit Roy's mom. Something happens at the hotel that they're staying at while they're down there, and Roy is arrested, sentenced to 12 years in prison. Celestial knows he's innocent, but he's gone. He's gone for over a decade, right? Celestial finds herself unmoored, taking comfort in Andre, her childhood friend, and it was also Roy's best friend at the wedding. Listen, I don't think I particularly liked the characters and what they did to each other. All of them. And that's fine. Like, I don't have to like all the characters, but yeah, I haven't fully processed this yet. I think I'm gonna do like a full spoiler on something on either memberships or on Patreon or something, because I need to talk about it with the disclaimer that it's gonna be a lot of spoilers. But that is An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. Alright. What have I been eating? My husband gets pupusas from Costco. because that's what my store has, but I saw there's other flavors that I want to try. I think there's like a lemon, maybe even a mango one or something. And they're delicious. If you like white chocolate, give them a try. What have I been obsessing about? We are under 30 days, 30 more work days until summer. So, I'm getting the itch. It's been not fun. It's been not fun. As the end of the year approaches, behaviors worsen. And that's just the facts of life. So, it's harder to get them to settle when the weather's nice and they want to be outside, and then they have all this extra drama to. So we're doing our little countdown in the lounge, and we got it. I think it's at 28 work days as of today. We can do it. Oh, I accidentally missed playing, so I'll go back up to that one, but I'm in my physical media era, so I've been collecting DVDs and books, obviously, but I did do like a little DVD run, so I've been just enjoying collecting my DVDs, and you never know when you're going to need your physical copies, you know, if, like, you go broke, right, and you want to get rid of all your streaming services, you'll still have your physical copies. Now, I avoided this for a long time because I had already done this. I've already collected DVDs. Unfortunately, I had stored them at my ex's house. Well, it wasn't my ex at the time. I stored them in his basement, and all of a sudden, he's like, when it was time for me to collect, they were missing. Very sinister. So I was like, I'm never buying DVDs again. Like, I just don't want to start over. I've done this with book collections too. But I'm over it. After 10 years or so, I'm over it, and I am collecting DVDs again. Now let me go back up to playing. We did have a park night. We went to the park. It was really nice last Monday. And he asked me if I could take it to the park. I grabbed my Kindle, and we went to the park, and I just let him play for about an hour. While I read on my Kindle, and, you know, look, mom, okay, look, mom, oh, yeah, look, mom, oh. You know, they say look, and they do like a little jump twirl a million times, but it's cute, whatever. So we did the park, and then we did have a craft night with just like pom-poms. I think he made me a little snake or something. And there was another one, but he told me he stole it back. He made like a teddy bear. It was cute, whatever. He loves his hot glue gun. And, you know, he has to be supervised to use it, so we did that. Recommending you guys gotta check your library's new release section. If you're a reader, if you are a DVD watcher, check your library's new release section. My library brings it. I found like 5 new releases that were on my TBR the last time I went to the library. So I'm gonna try to get to the library like once a month and just see what new ones they have. Now, granted, some of the new ones are still January, February, but they're still on hold on Libby for me. So, yeah, check that. What have I been treating myself to? Oh, my new tomato tumbler. I've been saving it over here, but this is my Vera Bradley tomato tumbler, and look at this. Look at this. I couldn't not. I have a tomato purse. It's like a little clutch. I have tomato hair clips, and now I have a tomato tumbler. So I gotta show you guys all like my tomato summer stash that I'm gonna be geeking out with all summer. But of the Vera Bradleys, this was the one I liked the most anyways, of the tumblers. But I think I'm going to get my oldest daughter's birthday is coming up, and there's one with it's pink and it's got fish on it, and then this part is a fish, and I think I'm gonna get that one for her. So yes, this is I always think of these with the handle as water cups, and the ones that are without a handle, almost the same but without a handle, those are my coffee ones. she is still going strong. I don't know if like she's the one killing her guests or what. No, she is a big girl, so she might be hogging their resort. I don't really know. I don't really know. We keep trying to get her a friend, and the friends, you know, they last a couple months and they pass. Anyway, Pearl. Okay, she is named after Pearl, SpongeBob's, Mr. Krabs' daughter, and she molted. We thought she had passed because we saw her just laying there out of her shell, and then Andy went in to grab her, and it was just her mold. It wasn't her. And later we saw her. She was crawling around out of her shell, because typically that means they want a bigger shell. So then we gotta order a bigger shell. So she was doing all her business buck naked. And when Cruz saw her running around naked, he was like, her tuchus is out. He goes, it kind of looks like a shrimp, and it does. You think there's like a big body behind them in that shell. No, it's like a shrimp tail in there. Anyways, she's gonna need a bigger shell, but we have to order one. So I'm sure she was pretty upset that she had to put on her old janky outfit. But you gotta do what you gotta do, Pearl. We didn't know. You didn't tell us. Our marigolds are growing. Cruz wanted to grow some plants, some flowers, and so I looked up what's the easiest ones. I got a little pot from Aldi. It's a little mushroom pot. It's really cute. We planted some marigold seeds, and they are growing. There's no flowers on them yet, but they're getting there. They are succeeding. They are thriving. We've done a good job with these marigolds. And then I paid my car off, which if you guys watched my last video, you saw how that went. Paid my car off. It's done. My title should be here soon, and getting a little more debt-free is always a good feeling. And then I got through ISATS testing. It was my first year doing ISATS testing alone, and it's nerve-wracking, kind of, but it's really actually boring. It's just nerve-wracking, like up until the test starts, and then you're like, okay, we're good. Other teachers did have infractions or like reports they had to make, but my class did really good. It's the same class I had last year. I had these guys last year, and they're juniors now, and they're decent. Okay, they're decent. So we got through testing. And then what have I been watching? One of my favorite movies of all time, Marie Antoinette. This movie is so visually pleasing. I think it's from 2006, or yeah, winter of 2006 Cannes Film Festival. And it's about Marie Antoinette out at Versailles. That's how you say it, Versailles. And all like the luxury, and her husband, who really wasn't that into her in this retelling. Her husband was like very indifferent to her. I don't know if he was into women at all. It does leave out the end of what happens, what the specifics of what happens to what we know happens to Marie Antoinette, but I think Kirsten Dunst did such a good job with this. It's kind of like, it's got the Great vibes. That's probably why I like the Great so much. Like I've watched this probably at least 10 times. What does it say? Kirk's electrifying yet intimate retelling of the turbulent life of history's favorite villainess. Marie Antoinette, Kirsten Dunst portrays the ill-fated child princess who married France's young and indifferent King Louis. King Louis the XVI. What's XVI, guys? Played by Jason Schwartzman. Feeling isolated in royal court rife with scandal and intrigue, Marie Antoinette defied both royalty and commoner by living like a rock star, which served only to steal her fate. Yeah, kind of like she's just naive and in this, and she gets played. Okay. And then we finished the Gatsby DVD because we were reading the Great Gatsby, so we got to watch the DVD. We finally finished it. The kids all loved it, and that's one of my top favorite movies as well. The Great Gatsby. No, just Gatsby. It's just called Gatsby. The one with Leo. And then we watched Thrash on Netflix, and I know I I said it's really hard to ruin a shark movie because they're supposed to be cheesy. But Thrash was extra whack. Shark infest. Okay, so it's like a storm and a flood, and like levees are breaking. And there is one girl that's an agoraphobic. Right outside of her door, as the water's rising, there's another character that is pregnant, giving birth, about to give birth, stuck in her car. And it's just about. And then there's also one other angle, which is like a foster kid family who the foster parents are pieces. So it's like these three trying to survive these shark-infested flood